Pereira, it's good to see you. Olivia Munn had to drop a wicked deuce, so she is not here right now. In her place, Miss Morgan Webb!
Thank you, I'm Morgan Webb. The truth is, I killed her.
How'd you do it? I've thought about it often.
I know.
I've tried twice.
Yeah, I'll show you my internet video soon. Okay.
Oh, nice.
We're coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles. Maybe I'll Twitter it.
You flip-cammed it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. On the show today, Pixar's signature desk lamp commits a horrible crime and has its bulb forcibly extinguished. And around the net. It's tragic, tragic. Don't show this one to the children. Unless you like making the children cry. Then sit them down in front of the TV and pry those little eyes open. Bastards. Plus, Allison Hayslip defies the laws of gravity by running up a friggin' wall. Yeah. You're going to see our blondest correspondent learn the fine art of free running. And here's a hint. Don't faceplant. It hurts.
I used to be the blondest correspondent.
You did?
I know. All right, Ben Chris Gore returns for DVD Tuesday. He is reviewing Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. The Transformers animated box set. Oh, my childhood. And Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis from that movie where they transformed into natural-born killers.
Okay.
And Wu-Tang's The RZA will be live.
Yeah!
Highlights include the time he was charged with attempted murder. Send your Twitter questions for The RZA to @AOTS.
It's the Tau of Wu, and it's the RZA. But it's cool. We'll get some down.
And now it's time for our daily internet pageant.
Here she comes around the net.
Yeah, I know. You're very proud of yourself in that little performance. Yes. Don't do that again. Okay, in number 5, today, Tumbler Jessica Gill Ortiz takes a little bit of a tumble at the World Gymnastics Championships held recently in London.
Yeah. What's the international sign for head trauma?
We're going to find out. I really didn't know you could pogo off of your head.
No, we really should have done a springy sound effect there.
Really could not have gone worse for that poor Colombian gymnast.
Well, she could have fallen on her head like she did.
Yeah.
And had a mustache.
I guess I stand corrected.
It's possible. I'm just saying.
You should do color commentary for women's gymnastics. That's a great idea.
Clearly, you haven't been paying attention to my extracurricular activites, Morgan, because.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm pretty good with it on the spot. I really just kind of.
All right, give me a demonstration.
Okay, roll the clip again. Sure, yeah. Here we see a skillful turn and some graceful axle flips. And she's stuck. The landing is fantastic. I wonder if not having a mustache will alter her balance in any way here. And there you go, tragic. Had she gone with the gentleman's waxed, that could have evened her out.
All right. Stand corrected, and I will look at you later to see more of that. But right now, let's look at the 4th best thing on the web today, courtesy of collegehumor.com.
You really should have used After Effects and had a giant mustache on there. Awesome. All right. They took the mascot that appears at the top of all the Pixar movies and reimagined it for the Halloween season.
Oh. Watching the whole thing, and
really
I think College Humor can maybe fix cars by adding a little bit more manslaughter.
What?
Vehicular manslaughter.
No amount of murder can fix cars.
Really? Are you sure?
Nothing can.
All right.
Not even ASCII Wang. There was an ASCII Wang in that clip. I'm just saying. There was.
It was good.
Best cellmate ever. There is plenty of car action in today's number 3, though.
Yes.
which comes to us from the streets of Russia.
In America, you ride the bus. But in Russia, bus ride you. Makes it by this much.
That much. I want to go back to the Jamaican Russian accent that you have.
No, that was pure Russian.
If Dolph Lundgren had a seizure, yes, maybe, but...
I wish I knew like one Russian word I could pull out right now. Petroshka.
That's good, eh?
Yay! Thank you. All right, you would think that a near-death experience would be enough, but this bus, it actually continued. It left a trail of motorized destruction throughout the town of Perm.
Yeah. Apparently, either the brakes on the bus failed, or the gas pedal became stuck, or Keanu was on board. I don't know, but it rammed into 20 cars, injured 7 people. It almost destroyed a historic statue of St. Nicholas.
Oh, but it was spared.
For shame.
God.
Well, he is a saint.
The next time you're afraid of Russia getting all, uppity about something on the world stage, remember, they can't even drive a bus, so don't even worry. It's all good.
We'll be fine.
Da, darling, da. I'm sorry, I'm done with that now.
Wheels on the bus. Today's number 2 is actually a remix of some security camera footage that hit the web late last week. It's brilliant.
And actually when I first saw it, I thought, might have been shenanigans.
Could have been.
Yeah, but every once in a while, the old shenanigan-a-meter misfires.
Well,
How do you say that?
I'm not quite sure that was
Shenanigan-a-meter?
Shenaniganometer? The meter goes off wrong. But fake or not, the guys behind the website Mustache and Monocle, love it, gave this video a polished, old-timey treatment that definitely makes it ATN worthy.
He is not letting go of that case.
Dude, once an alcoholic gets his hands on the 12-pack, he will not let go. It doesn't matter if he's getting in the way. I love it. The studio crew agrees. Like,
yeah,
that was cool.
We've all been there. I don't know what this is doing on television. This is my Saturday night.
There have been. That man is truly like the Charlie Chaplin of alcohol poisoning.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Did Charlie Chaplin die of alcohol poisoning? No. He did now.
Nobody really knows. Wikipedia, someone quick, stats.
Still ahead, everybody. Our number 1 ATN. I'm telling you, this one's fantastic. The Japanese actually give us the gift of sexual ice melting.
Which ironically makes me feel a little frigid.
Go warm up to it.
Yeah, right.
We'll get there.
Why they're cheering so much. Something from Japan that just shatters our already pretty horrible, let's be honest, preconceived notions. Today's number 1 is really just such a video.
Yeah. On a segment of the game show Diva on TV Osaka, the contestants had one very simple task. They just had to melt a small block of ice. That was it. While wearing only sexy bikinis. Just, part of that I was just...
Represent to you, Japan.
Thank you.
Gender equality's going over there in Japan.
I'd say it's going pretty well.
Yeah?
I think it's pretty great. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that. Oh, hey! right. Oh, jeez. Hey, looks like we got ourselves a magical holiday visitor, Morgan. Look at that.
Oh, already my. We haven't even had Halloween yet.
Look, that's the way to treat a guest. Hey, Mr. Snowman, how are you, buddy? How's it going?
Hey, you guys were just playing a video, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's Round the Net. I blame him.
No, listen. You got any more of that ice melting stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. I think there might be some more of that footage. I think we can play some more of that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that maybe not a good idea.
Morgan, if this guy wants to see some more of the video, I think we should oblige. He is our guest. He's magical.
Yeah. No, that's the idea. Bring it on. Let's see some ice pulls. Baby.
Okay, yeah, can we get the clip on the wall, guys? Can we get that up? There we go. How about that, huh?
Oh, yeah. No,
It's a great clip.
speed up those water molecules.
Memorable.
Whoa.
You like being refreshed, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah, take it. Yeah.
No. I think we.
Yeah.
You were right. Can we?
I know.
Guys, stop the clip. Can we stop the?
No, come on. No, I'm not ready yet. Shut up.
No, you're good. You're fine.
You've seen more than enough of that.
Guys, stop the clip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Oh, hey, Morgan.
Yep.
You want to see something
Nope.
cool?
Nope.
No, come on.
Nope.
Hey, you're gonna regret it.
I doubt that.
Morgan, he wants you to take a look at something. I think you should maybe just take a look.
Nope.
Look, if we look, will you go away?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, then he'll go away. See?
I'm not looking.
But I mean, if you look, he'll go away.
Here
Your
we go,
show, you
baby.
can look.
Okay, all right, let's get this out. Just whatever it is you're going to show. Let's do this.
Hey, yes. Winter's coming early this year, baby. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you, Magical Snowman.
Yeah.
And that's why you never do what snowmen ask you to do. That would be why. Why?
I think we all learned a valuable lesson today.
No, I think you learned a valuable lesson
I
today.
did.
I already knew that.
Did you see what he was
Yeah.
showing you? Did you see the ice wing? Okay. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to the all-new G4TV.com/AroundTheNet. Little known fact, actually, our Allison Hayslip got some special training so that she could actually host G4's upcoming free running special.
Yes, if you've been waiting your whole life to see Hayslip imitate Spider-Man, now is your moment.
So I'm here waiting for Kelly from Urban Free Flow. He's going to show me some free running moves. I'm not quite sure what he's getting here. I'm a little nervous, I have to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's kind of...
Your turn.
So, you're going to teach some moves today?
So we can start with a step vault.
Step vault.
Pull your body up,
Okay?
push it, and you just there,
Man, you made it look
Just
so easy.
because it is. That's it.
I feel like you should be wearing gloves.
You're gonna get calluses and even for a lady.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's not for me. I can
What
make
you
it
gonna
onto
do?
this. Ah, wait, I missed my
Take your
foot.
time. This hand is gonna twist inwards. No, don't go up on your hips. No, don't move it.
What?
So you're not supposed
But
to
it's
sit
still
down on
sad. I need more arm strength.
it. Start here, like you did. You're gonna kick off the wall.
All right.
Yes, very good. Just throw your hips forward. There you go. Push. Yes. Very good. Yes. Yes.
Free running, baby! So you can show me some harder moves?
Actually, I think you should try to follow me.
Follow you?
Yeah, let's go. Where you at?
Okay, here I come! Victory!
Yeah, well done.
All right, I think I got this. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Give it a go.
Looks like I'm a fast learner.
I could totally do that, though.
I think Allison should do the sound effects for the new Assassin's Creed when he's wall running it. And I was like, is Mario leaping to a warp pipe, or is she doing parkour?
It would be adorable, though.
Thanks, Allison. Hey, by the way, this Sunday, actually, G4 presents the Barclaycard World Free Run Championship 2009, shown for the very first time on television in the U.S.
The world's greatest urban athletes defy the laws of gravity in a 2-hour special. And it's going to be hosted by what's his face here, and I don't know what his name is.
I'm Kevin Pereira. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Allison Hayslip.
Hey, all right. Cool. Everybody just urinate on Kevin. Don't miss any of the action during the Barclaycard World Free Run Championships 2009, Sunday night at 9. Seriously, I'll pay you.
Or go to the all-new G4TV.com/freerun, and there you're going to find all sorts of details. Like that. All right, I like learning, so let's keep doing it.
Is that Blair Herter in the distance over yonder?
I don't know if it's learning, but I see Blair Herter.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Blair.
It's like it's a different show, but same relationship.
Woo!
That was nice, Morgan. Thanks. Start the feed. I care about her. It's Tuesday, October 20th, and here are your top stories. This morning, Apple unveiled a brand new mouse and a bunch of performance upgrades and updates to their current computer offerings. The new iMac line sports a wider screen and HD input, so you can use the display as an HD TV for things like Blu-ray players and gaming consoles. The MacBook line has a new unibody design and a glass multi-gesture touchpad like its MacBook Pro and AirBook siblings. And Apple's new $69 mouse, dubbed the Magic Mouse, that's funny, features a seamless surface that supports multi-gestures, letting you swipe through albums in iTunes or tabs in Safari, which is a first for mouse kind. That's a word we just made up here on the show, mouse kind. Patent pending. One thing that hasn't changed is Apple's pricing scheme, however. This is kind of a bummer. The low-end iMac comes in at $1,200, and the entry-level MacBook is still selling for $1,000. Come on, man. Start selling to Costco. Be cheaper there. Now, today marks a Twitter milestone, however. The service celebrated its 5 billionth tweet, which was actually, wasn't really a tweet, it was actually a retweet posted by Twitter user Robin Sloan. The message? Oh, Lord. This landmark tweet comes just as some have been noting that Twitter's exponential growth is losing speed. We suggest that Twitter refutes those claims by putting up a big fat 5 billion serve sign. Because like McDonald's just talks mad, Burger King, like they get punked constantly because of McDonald's. Listen, Twitter. NASA, with help from Canadian and American rocket manufacturers, is working on an ion-powered rocket that should drastically shorten the travel time between Earth and Mars. Thank God! With current propulsion technology, a one-way trip would take 6 months. However, the new Ion engine will be able to make a round trip to Mars in just 39 days. Now, they've been using this Ion drive in unmanned satellites for years, but this is the first time NASA's announced plans to use it on a manned mission to another planet. And in other space news this morning, NASA rolled their new Ares 1 rocket onto the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center. This is a 327-foot rocket, people. It's twice as tall as a space shuttle and will eventually replace the shuttle as a safer, cheaper, and bigger, because we're America, to send astronauts into space. Now, its first unmanned test flight is scheduled for October 27th. Now, years after its initial release, Sony's PS3, this is good news. This is good news finally. PS3 finally has some good sales news. Video game analyst NPD is reporting that in the month of September, the PS3 was the best-selling console. This is a big deal because this is the first time the PS3 has ever been #1 on the sales charts, edging out, of course, the Xbox 360 and the Wii. The analysts cite the August release of the heavily discounted PS3 Slim for the sales spike, and with the release of popular PS3 exclusives like Uncharted 2, some insiders are actually speculating that the PS3 could actually dominate console sales through the holiday season. We shall see. And finally, a new challenger has entered the e-book ring. Today, book retailer Barnes & Noble announced their own e-book reader to take on Amazon's Kindle. The $260 Nook has 2 screens, is adorably named, a large grayscale e-ink display, and a second smaller full-color touchscreen below for browsing books. The Nook also features a new lending technology that lets you lend purchase books to your friends for up to 14 days for use on their own Nook, iPhone, BlackBerry, or PC. Now, if you pre-order a Nook now, you're going to get it on November 30th. A little long to wait, I think. Whatever. Now, I'm Blair Herter, and you have just been fed. Back to Kevin and Morgan.
Thanks, Blair.
Thank you.
See, I was nice there when I came back to you.
Very nice.
You see?
Yeah, I learned a lot from that, actually.
I'm just trying to...
No, you didn't.
I did.
Just build a bridge, me and you.
I did.
Building it. I'll be over here.
Explain the house. Okay, we all know the world is a strange and terrifying place. Explain.
Explain. Do you really have a hand sign or a game tat, or is there an initiation for X-Play, or what do you got?
Yeah, you can't join, though.
We use seals on our scale. Now with the help of What's Up with the World, we can actually cite specific examples like India's own very Monkey Man. Huh? You know?
All across the globe, animals are constantly trying to imitate humans. But in Asia, things are a bit backwards. That's why in India, we have the world's first real Monkey Man. No, this is not parkour. The 23-year-old man named Gio Tiraju is actually imitating the exact same moves of his neighborhood monkeys. By scaling walls as tall as 30 feet and astonishing people with his signature backflip, India's Monkey Man has become a local celebrity in his native city of Karnataka. Gio's talent has earned him so much credibility, in fact, the town has recently changed his nickname from Monkey Man to Monkey King. Over in Japan, however, the monkeys have no king, so they do what they want. Yep, the monkey plague is back. In what may look like a scene out of Jumanji, the streets of Mino City in Osaka have been swarmed by hungry monkeys, whose population has doubled in the past decade from 300 to 600 of these ravenous primates. Since tourists have been feeding the monkeys, they become so fearless of humans that they even approach oncoming traffic. Walking on guardrails, climbing all over cars, even grabbing children. These monkeys will do just about anything for some food. In response, the local government has passed a ban that will issue a fine of $100 to anyone who feeds them. But monkeys are not the only ones turning heads in Asia. Over in Thailand, in the city of Pharka, a man who once bred and sold scorpions to restaurants is now caring for them instead. Diagonal View reports that a 38-year-old man named Suang Puangshri is now living with 4,600 scorpions. After feeling bad for hurting them all these years, Suang is trying to live in atonement alongside the little critters. And his wife? She's actually okay with it. Suang has been stung so many times that he's grown an immunity to the scorpions. Unlike his wife, who prefers to just, well, stay away. In fact, the Scorpion Man is so comfortable with his creepy crawly pets that he hopes to one day set the world record for the most time spent with a scorpion inside his mouth. Now that's love. So with all this special attention going towards monkeys and scorpions in Asia, it's no wonder why we're always asking, what's up with the world?
Monkey Man should totally be on Ninja Warrior.
Right?
He should totally be on Ninja Warrior.
Or work with Hayslip a little bit.
Yeah.
Just learn how to make some cooler noises when he's scaling walls.
And you know what? That one guy, immune to scorpion poison now.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
that's pretty sweet.
I mean, that's a very useful
Apparently, if you get
thing.
stung like 500,000 times, your body builds up a tolerance. It's pretty
Well,
sweet.
that is useful.
But see, it doesn't work
In
with
my
everything, because
daily life.
I did a similar experiment with whiskey earlier this year. The results were a little messy. Didn't really work.
Scientifically?
Scientifically messy? No, emotionally messy. I mean, I was a wreck. And I ruined
Speaking
some
of
doc-
emotional messes, guys, it's me.
Hey, Patrick Snowman's back.
Guess what? Tonight brings an all-new episode of Heroes to G4.
Really? You're promoting it? Okay.
Some of the heroes can fly, some can punch really hard, but the best powers belong to the ladies. Oh, yeah. One can turn stuff to ice, and the other can make out with chicks. All right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure that's a superpower, making out with
Well, I
women,
guess
but
you haven't seen her do it, have you?
Yep.
All right.
Actually, we have.
Hey, check out the all-new G4TV.com/heroes if you don't believe me. Hey, Morgan, want to have a snowball fight? Come on.
Nope.
Let's do it.
I think she's probably going to kick you in the snowballs, so you might want to take it
Hey,
easy.
that's just the way I like it anyway. Let's do that.
Kind of funny.
I blame you.
It's so square and bulgy like a moose.
100% your fault.
Yeah, sorry about that. Still ahead, Chris Gore returns for a DVD Tuesday that's filled with disc-shaped goodies, including Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and the director's cut of Natural Born Killers.
And later, the Wu-Tang Clan's The RZA will be here to talk about his new book, The Tao of Wu. I know, pretty awesome. Stick around.
RCA.
The feed is brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back. Now let's just wait around for the celebration of video discs we call DV Tuesday. Oh wait, here it is. Welcome back, film expert. Somebody thinks you're sexy over there.
Wow.
Film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you. Thanks.
I know. Okay, I don't even want to know what that was. All right, what is up first this week?
Well, it's Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
We got some clues. Okay, big movie.
Right.
One of the year's biggest.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not the most critically acclaimed, one could say.
Yes.
Not critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree with that. I was in the camp of people. I didn't like the humor of the two robots that were kind of, they just seemed a little cliche, if you ask me. That didn't work. I think, the fact that the action actually got boring after a while, I was definitely in the camp of, this was probably the worst Transformers movie ever made.
Out of two.
Out of the two of them, this is the worst. It's the worst Transformers movie ever made. Of the two.
All right. So now there's DVD extras.
Yes, of course.
Do they make up for the fact that you're missing it in the theater where you're having the big action and everything?
Oddly enough, I enjoyed the extras on it. I mean, Michael Bay, I think, is great at commentary. He's very funny in this, self-effacing, and there's.
If only he was good at making movies.
He only was good at making movies, exactly. Well, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes documentaries on this thing, and one of the documentaries basically is trying to convince you that Michael Bay is not an a-hole. They basically just go on and on to try to convince you.
I love that.
It's basically like all the actors saying, a lot of people think that Michael Bay is a real, and then he's really not. He's a great guy to work with. So it's this whole sort of apologetic, if you think that you should hate Michael Bay, you shouldn't. I'm serious. It's pretty fun.
That's just beautiful. So, bottom line, do you think this is worth people picking up? What if you weren't a big fan of the movie?
Well, the thing is this. For me, it's like the movie. I'll just say this little message to Michael Bay. I wish I could just rent the extras, but look, it's a rent. It's a rent because the extras on it are really amazing. Did a great job on that stuff.
All right, what's next?
Next, we have the Transformers Matrix of Leadership 25th Anniversary Edition.
I mean, you're not buying DVDs. You're buying a box set is what you're buying.
You're basically getting a roommate is what you're getting with this thing.
This is 16 discs in here. Now, these have been previously released, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There's more extras on this. There's previously unseen PSAs. There's a fan art gallery. There's a little mini documentary about Transformers fans.
Okay.
There's all kinds of rare Hasbro commercials. There's just a lot of goodies in this.
So huge Transformers fans have already bought this, so whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have.
So
they bought the one before this one.
Say, just conceptually, you're a woman, and your name is Morgan.
Yeah.
I don't know, hypothetically, and you loved Transformers cartoons when you were a kid. You freaking loved Transformers, and you haven't seen them since then. Should I watch them, or should I just revel in my childhood memories?
A, that makes you nearly the perfect woman. But secondly, I would say don't ruin your childhood memories by watching this stuff.
But if they're already ruined, what's the bottom line? Rent or buy?
I would say, look, if you already own the previous box set, you could upgrade. Do the trade-in like I do, because you don't need it to be large, but that little increase in size, it's a lot of fun, too.
That's
a lot of fun, too.
Or upgrade. What else do you got for us?
Okay, what else we have is we've got Natural Born Killers. Natural Born Killers, yes.
It's an older movie.
Yes, it's true, from 1994.
Okay, so how is this different from any previous release?
Well, there's new extras on it. There's a couple new documentaries on this, and a new introduction by Oliver Stone, kind of putting this into context.
Right.
In fact, he reads a poem by a Mexican poet, which I know sounds strange, but it actually ties into...
That doesn't sound pretentious at all.
Yes, but I just think that this movie is more relevant today than it was when it was released. It was kind of reviled by critics. I think it was just far too ahead of its time, but because a lot of the stuff in this was offensive, the violence, the over-the-top nature of it. Now we see stuff like this on YouTube, and it's on, ATN every day.
Yes, it is.
Right?
So it was pressure. It was a little prescient.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, bottom line for this one.
Bottom line for this one, buy it. I'm a huge fan of it. There's all the new extras on it are great and more relevant today.
Okay. Quick pick.
Quick pick, yes. I do have a quick pick. It's Postcards from the Future. It's a documentary about Chuck Palahniuk, if you're a fan. I know it's reading. I rarely do it. But when I do, Chuck Palahniuk's one of my favorite authors, and it's a great doc. You should pick it up.
All right, thanks, Chris. Visit filmthreat.com for more movie info. Of course, the new Transformers movie was a bit polarizing for fans and critics alike. For more on this topic, let's check in with Kevin in the Loop.
Critics opened fire on Michael Bay's Transformers sequel, but audiences ignored the bad reviews, and the robots made hundreds of millions of dollars. So who was right and who was wrong? Let's settle this in the Loop. This summer's biggest fight wasn't between the Decepticons and the Autobots. It was the film critics and movie-going audiences who went toe-to-toe over Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. The movie clocks in at Rotten Tomatoes with just 19%, but the box office tally was over $800 million. So where's the disconnect? Well, now that the DVD is out, it's time for answers in the Loop. Joining me now, film critic for Chud.com, Devin Faraci. Welcome back to the show, Devin. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Always a pleasure, sir. And I really wanted to get you on for this because you wrote a pretty scathing review of Transformers 2, to say the least. Let's just kind of recap. What didn't you like about it, Devin?
Please, where do I even start? I mean, first of all, you're in big trouble when the humans in your robot-filled movie are Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Okay, but to be fair, her boobs ain't robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was pretty good flesh. What?
You're going to complain about Megan Fox?
Wait, is it Starscream?
Thanks for inviting me to the show, Kevin.
You weren't actually invited, Starscream.
I was being sarcastic, you imbecile. So, Devin, you were swinging away at Megan, were you?
She wasn't very good. I can't ignore her performance just because she's hot.
That's true.
Sure, it's not a perfect movie. And if Devin wanted to criticize, say, the lack of a character arc for Starscream, that would be a valid point to make. But going after Megan Fox is just idiotic. She is electrifying.
Yeah.
Starscream makes a good point. I mean, Megan's crap job is just one of the many disappointments of this film. I mean, the story's a mess. The soundtrack's just a string of explosions with Linkin Park backing it. The dialogue's atrocious. Don't even mention Skids and Mudflap. Those
Skids
robots,
and Mudflaps. Yeah.
It's some of the worst racial stereotypes since Jar Jar Binks.
What do you mean, those robots?
Excuse me?
Hey, you don't know the twins, so don't think you can stereotype them with your Earthocentric viewpoints. You're a robo-racist. A racicon.
What? I'm racist.
Well, now, Devin, I understand why you didn't like the movie, but don't you understand why it was popular, at least? I mean, some people did enjoy it.
Yeah, Devin. Explain that, bitch.
Okay, Starscream.
Well, the reason why it's popular is because most people are stupid. If Michael Bay told people staring into the sun was fun, they do it. This movie is like staring into a retarded sun. I guess he doesn't have balls like Rampage.
I didn't know that he was the one that could turn into a fighter jet. I really didn't get that. I mean,
what's that sound?
Devin, watch out!
Suck it, Devin!
That's all the time I guess we have for Devin, ever. I'd like to thank Dead Devin and Starscream for keeping us in the loop. This show, man. Sorry, the show.
I think Attack of the Show needs to get better security for their Loop guests. Stay tuned. The RZA will be here live in studio to talk about his new book, The Tao of Wu. Stick around. We will be right back.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Harley-Davidson. Go to Maxim.com/hometownharley to win a motorcycle of your choice, delivered by the 2009 Maxim Hometown Hottie. These little fellas are looking to pwn their buddy with a water balloon launcher. What happens next? Do they nail him in the back of the head? Do they miss their target entirely? Or does the slingshot backfire? Find out when we return. These little fellas are looking to pwn their buddy with a water balloon launcher. What happens next? Do they nail him in the back of the head? Do they miss their target entirely? Or does the slingshot backfire? If that's not a life lesson for this kid, I don't know what is.
And on that note, he's a founder of the Wu-Tang Clan. He's a movie star. He actually makes a delicious Chilean sea bass. And he just finished his second book. Joining me now, the author of The Tao of Wu, the RZA is here. How are you, sir? We had the most, this is clearly about you. I'm an awkward guy, though, and we had one of the most awkward approach, handshake kind of things, because you came at me like, I get the pound, but you came at me like you were throwing like a Saget right hook, like you were going for a Street Fighter move, and I did not know how to react. You caught me off guard.
I know. Then you kind of found a way to refurbish it, and you came with the...
I used my own,
yeah,
my own
double crane, the double dragon grab.
The elbow deep, we call that. You can have that. That's yours now.
The elbow deep.
It's been a while, man. It's been a long while.
I know,
and that's not a joke. Like, we actually know each other because we shot a series of promos for G4, like, I think 6 years ago.
Wow, that was 6 years ago?
Wow. Yeah, clearly when I was still roiding, I look 11, and we were in a front yard shooting. But I think one of the best parts of this, one of the parts that I remember the best, was that in between takes you were telling me about a glass room.
Oh, yeah, right.
That you were going to build. Did you ever get your glass room?
I didn't get the glass room. I got a new house, but, you know, I have a wife, and she gets a lot of say-so, so I didn't get the...
Did you explain the glass room to her? I mean, for those who don't know, can you tell us about the idea behind the glass room?
I felt that, you know, it should be one room in your house that when you get stressed out, you go in there, you put this suit on, and you just break glass. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing like the sound of breaking glass to
That's true. That's
take
true.
stress out your head.
You could also make it your text message alert and save thousands of dollars.
Oh,
just...
But
I mean,
I tell you, he's a scientist.
That's what the poor people do. That's all right. You've got your second book out now, The Tao of Wu. What exactly is the Tao of Wu? Is it because it's not like your live journal. It's not just your life story. There's more there, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, the word Tao means way, and there's many ways, you know, that we try to find wisdom. In this particular book, I took stories from my life, things I've learned in my life, and I put it into a book so that young people or anybody could read this and they could find a path or a way to wisdom. To me, wisdom is the cure for all sickness. You know what I mean? As the old Buddhist scripture would say, without wisdom, there's no gain. And so I think if we all, you know, have a little more wisdom in our lives, we could deal with each other better, deal with your problems better. And the Tao Wu is here to help you, baby.
I don't know if it's the cure for everything, though, because it's like I can be very wise about, you know, the clap, but I still need penicillin. You know what I mean? Like, you still...
No. But wisdom had got you... If you had wisdom, you wouldn't have caught the claps.
Ah!
You'd have been like, hold on, baby, let me get that Trojan. Now, let me go. I know what a wise man said. Now, ODB said he likes it raw. But that's a lack of wisdom.
That's a lack of wisdom. And a lack of prep. I mean, who wants to stop at a 7-Eleven? That kills the mood. Sometimes you got to go. One thing you do say a lot, which is the truth is sort of the answer to everything. Like, the truth will really, truly set you free.
Yeah, set you free, yeah.
But when is it acceptable to lie? When was the last time you actually lied?
Man, yo.
Come on, at some point, because you can't always tell the truth, right? Sometimes you got to send a call to voicemail or tell the news that there's actually a boy in the balloon, right?
Well, they say the truth out of season bears no fruit. Man. So sometimes you got to withhold certain things so other people can grow. You can't tell a 1-year-old kid, you know what you would tell an adult because he got to eat baby food first. So, I don't agree with lying. I'll be real with you though. I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? I grew up in the hood. The only time we would mostly lie is when you lie to your girl. You know what I mean? Because,
well, that's wisdom.
You know
that's okay.
Right, exactly. Because, you don't want her going crazy, breaking pots and pans and all that. So, where was you at all night? I was with my boy Burke.
No, you know what you do? You tell her, yes, Gina, your ass does look fat. If you're upset about it, go to my glass room.
Right.
Just go in there and throw some crystal around.
Word,
and you'll be fine.
Bong, bong.
Do you find it... I mean, because getting your message out is something that you've always managed to do regardless of the media, whether it's movies or music or books. Do you find it's harder to reach people, especially like the youth these days, because they're busy with their hula hoops and their electric guitars? Like, is it harder to reach them through a book? Is it easier through song? Or?
Yeah, I think it's definitely easier through song. But for me, right, the greatest reward I'm getting right now is when somebody comes to me and says, yo, I read your book and I gained something from it.
Right.
Because you get a song, it's entertaining, it's a pleasure for you.
Sure.
But to sit there and have to read something and learn from it means you have to put an effort to it and make it a task. Mm-hmm. And that's a great reward for me. I was in New York last week and about 400 people showed up, for the book signing.
Wow.
And that was more than my last album. Maybe 200 showed up for my last album.
Well, they had already pirated that. Like,
exactly,
they had already listening to it.
But it's really a great joy. I just want to say one thing, too. The book is stories in my life, I narrated it to my buddy Chris Norris, and he transcribed it. Now, I talk fast, as you all can see, so he has a few typographical errors in there. You know what I mean? That
he couldn't spell check it. I mean, he
couldn't translate it. One of the most important ones to me is this. It says that the Earth is 57,255,000 square miles of land, but he put 57,250,000.
You can't have that. You can't have that. We're going to discount the entire book at that point. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll be there for the soft cover release. You fix some of those typos,
we'll fix it all
and we'll all gain the wisdom we need. Reza, thank you so much, man.
Thanks, man.
Always a pleasure. Really appreciate it. You guys, the Tao of Wu is available now, and it's really phenomenal stuff. So check it out and get your glass room on. Now it's time for Morgan.
All right. It is Morgan time. And more of the Texas Show is coming up next. Stay tuned.
Coming up on the next AOTS. Californication's lovely Ava Amuri co-hosts the show. You'll learn about Californicating and her surprising Susan Sarandon connection. Plus, UFC veteran Nate Corey will be live in studio talking about his work in the new Left 4 Dead game and what it's like to model as a zombie. And we'll take a game break with Adam Sessler. He's been patrolling Borderlands for the PS3 and 360, and he'll tell you why this might be the co-op player you've been looking for. See it on the next AOTS.
All right, you people out there, you finished watching the show, and we're very proud of you. But now you have another task that you have to do.
Patting him on the head, like, good job for not being distracted.
Good job, people. For all the things you saw today and more, you have a new assignment.
Oh.
Your assignment is to go to the all-new g4tv.com/xplay. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I mean AOTS.
What do you guys have a contest going on right now or something like that?
We do. If you do g4tv.com/ Brutal Statue, we have a contest where we give away these like giant, beautiful, like hand-painted Brutal Legend statues.
Nice.
They're pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Yes.
We ever go to a 100-point scale?
No. How would we do that? It doesn't make any sense.
What?
Have we had...
Let's have this. Let's have this argument. We got like 5 seconds. Let's have it.
We only have like 5 seconds to have it.
100-point scale's better. Done. Pound the gavel. Hey, thanks to the Rizza and Chris Gore.
73.7.
Huge thanks to Morgan Webb for co-hosting. We'll see you later.
This ain't over.
I am louder. That means I am right.
5 out of 5. 5-point scale.
Today...